Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 19th of March and it's Mother's Day here in the UK, and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box to, well, unbox. And this is a Dungeons Dragons Frameworks miniature, of course, of a Minotaur. Contains one miniature, looks like that, of course not fully painted, and this is fully licensed from Wizards of the Coast, and it's from WizKids. Now I've already done unboxings of the various big sets that WizKids has done as part of its Dungeons and Dragons range. Now, but here what you've got is included contains enough optional components to custom build one Minotaur miniature, and there's also a QR code on the back which you can scan, and that will take you straight to a web page where you'll be able to find out what you can actually build using the parts in this kit. And I mean, I say kit, it's sort of it's really sort of like a miniature you can customize more than necessarily sort of building a kit from scratch. Because really, as you can see on the back here, what you're doing is, you're adding a different head, to weapons and arms poses and that sort of thing. I've been lent this by my friend Neve, so I want to thank her for that. Also in this range, I'm told, is a selection of adventurer figures, so that in the past, you when you wanted a different adventurer figure, what you tend to do was go, okay, well, I need a cleric, but I've played that type of cleric before. It's nice and representational, but I want my character to be like this or like that, and you might go to another manufacturer and find another miniature. Or if you're skilled or you want to try and play around with something, you might kit bash something yourself. Essentially, take the parts off one figure and take them off another, and combine the two to get a figure more to your liking. This one is kind of in that mode, but it comes with everything you need to do that from the start, rather than needing to buy a different figure. Now, what this means is you can, to a certain extent, you can get an individualized figure suitable for your tabletop role-playing game of your choice, of course. In this case, it's Dungeons and Dragons, because that's what the range is for. But Minotaurs appear in different other role-playing games too, so it works with that just as well. So let's have a look inside. Let's see if we can find there's the seal. So opens up nice and easy, and what you've got is that, and it includes a little plastic base to put the figure on. And these figures are all essentially the same scale as the rest of the range. These don't necessarily need to be. They're the ones that sort of like the from Storm King's Thunder, the Elementals. They don't need to be. Those don't need to be painted, but these do. So you've got two sprues, and these actually sit together like that in the box, almost like a bed spring mattress sort of thing. So essentially they're held together in the box, in place, but apart, and that's a nice touch. So we start off with you've got one essentially. Let's just it says on the same. So you've got D&D clearly marked on the sprue. Then you've got a base, and then. It is actually more of a kit than I imagined, because essentially you've got the front of the figure and the back, so you're actually putting those together, and then customizing it with, you've got a tail, and I'm not quite sure what that is, and then on the other one, similarly marked D&D, you have things you've got like a plinth, but you've got axes which the Minotaur can hold in his hand, different ones. So you've got double bladed one, a single bladed axe, different couple of heads, and various things that you can attach to the figure, and sort of like a bit of a plinth which you can sort of like put in the background, sort of like you know get the idea that you might be in the Mediterranean, in Greece or Crete or somewhere like that. So, and then let's have a look at the instructions. Instructions are fairly simple, and they're just the one sheet. So, and this is a quick guide to the creating. So you are, you're putting the front and back together, putting on a head, and then adding weapons of your choice, the background and so on, to really kind of build two different kinds of figures. Either one essentially, holding the axe kind of low or up, ready to strike. And what you'll need for this, it says, model glue, hobby knife, sprue cutter, mold line remover, so flexi sanders and primer, and then of course you just paint it yourself. There's no real painting guide, although you can obviously, which would have been nice if they included that on the back, I think. But you can take your cue from this. You are sort of like dealing with like skin tones and colours for the horns and the fur and so on, and then you've just got to decide upon what colour leather you want, what colour you want the leather of the skirt to be, and the axe and that sort of thing. So yeah, that is the Frameworks Minotaur figure, available from WizKids for Dungeons and Dragons and similar fantasy games, and it all comes neatly packaged. So we'll just put this back together again. There we go, and that just goes back into there. That goes in there, and then like that, and it pops back into the box. And that neatly does up. There's no tearing or ripping of the glue. It's sealed, but not glued, as it were. So that's quite easy. So yeah, that's the Frameworks miniature from WizKids for Dungeons and Dragons and similar games. Anyway, so hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to yet more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with typically a package containing a book or game, or in this case a miniature, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Once again, thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. Thanks to Neve for lending me this miniature. And I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.